Well everyone, it's time for us to go and take a look at the Samsung Galaxy Watch FE and compare it against the Apple Watch Series 10 and see which particular watch is the better one for you. Now, the thing I can definitely tell you between both of these is that if you're wanting the more premium watch, I think the Apple Watch Series 10 is probably the better one for you. The interesting thing is that it doesn't really matter how these two compare because you can't even use these on the same ecosystems. The Samsung Galaxy Watch is mainly used for, Android phones like a Samsung Galaxy phone. The iPhones, and are basically more in tune with Apple Watches, so you can't really use these one another, but I will still say it's interesting to kind of compare them. But if at any point you want to pick up either one of these types of devices, links will be down in the description. You can get them from there and you can help support the channel at the exact same time. Now, starting off with the outside of both, the Samsung Galaxy Watch FE on the front side of this particular phone only really comes out in one size, and that's the 40mm size. Now that is a pretty good, display size for the most part. It's not perfect and it's not amazingly big, but it still is a good size for the most part. And I do think if you're going to want a small size watch, I think this is a pretty good advantage. With the Apple Watch Series 10, the main advantage with this watch is that it does come out in two different sizes. So this thing either comes out in a 42mm size or a 46mm size. And that in and of itself can be, again, kind of a big advantage depending on which way you're trying to go. If you're wanting the watch size that's going to be the better one for you, well, something like the Samsung Galaxy Watch FE, if you want a smaller watch, that one might be the better one for you. But if you want to go ahead and get a bigger size watch, well then you can go for the Apple Watch Series 10 and get those ones. The Apple Watch Series 10 is also going to be giving you an overall brighter display as well. So that right there is another kind of big thing to keep in mind there too. So overall, I'll tell you on the front side, maybe the Samsung Galaxy Watch, FE is good, but I think the Apple Watch Series 10 is probably the winner there when it comes down to it. So from that side, that kind of covers it up there. They both have buttons on the sides. They both have interchangeable bands that you can kind of, use and, kind of change with. I will say the band structure on the Samsung Galaxy Watch FE may not be as good as the Apple Watch Series 10, but I still think there's a lot of overlap there as well. So not really too many big differences when it comes down to it. Now, on top of that, I will say from a feature standpoint on the, exterior, I will say the Apple Watch Series 10 definitely looks a lot better. The Watch FE has a big bezel around it, and I don't think it looks that nice. But I think with the, Apple Watch Series 10, this thing does look substantially better when it comes down to it. On top of those things, if you're trying to go through and basically use these types of watches, again, they are really in tune with their ecosystems. So if you're going to go through and use something like a Samsung Galaxy Watch, like on your Samsung Galaxy phone, you're probably going to have a really good time with it. A device like that is meant to, give you a really good experience. And I do think that's a really nice thing going on for that type of device, right? If you can go through and buy a phone like that, you're probably going to be getting if you're going to go through and buy a phone like a Samsung Galaxy phone, you're going to have a really good time with something like a Samsung Galaxy Watch. There's a lot of features built inside of it. But the same thing could be said with Apple Watches and iPhones, right? If you're going to go through and get an iPhone, you're probably going to have a really good time with that type of device too, which again is very, very nice. From a feature standpoint, they're both giving you, abilities of tracking your workouts and, checking notifications and different things like that. They both allow you to go ahead and check your heart rate and check your sleep. But the way I would probably kind of compare it is that the Apple Watch Series 10 is probably going to be giving you a better, more optimized way of looking at your health over than something like, Samsung Galaxy Watch FE. The Watch FE is supposed to be more of a budget type of watch, and it's supposed to be giving you not the best features of all time. Whereas on the Apple Watch Series 10, that device is kind of set to be one of the more better watches that you can buy this year. So that is, again, just one of those things you're going to have to keep in mind when you're getting these types of watches. So what I'm going to probably kind of sum up this whole entire video with is that both of these devices and both of these watches, I think are very, very solid, right? They're good style watches. They're good, very good devices that you can basically buy. If you're trying to go through and pick up a device that you probably want to go and buy for the most part, then something like the Samsung Galaxy Watch FE is a really good budget priced watch. But I would probably say on the Apple Watch side, if you're going to go through and pick up an Apple Watch, that one, like on the Apple Watch Series 10, might be the better one for you for the everyday average person if you have an iPhone. So that's kind of how I would compare both of these watches for the most part. If you have any other thoughts or questions, please let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.